ask you, did you hear about the spider venom hot sauce that's coming out? That
I briefly read about that.
Scientists have created a hot sauce that is safe to drink that gets its spice from spider venom.
Okay, so but it's supposed to mimic the same. It mimics the same pain receptors that you get from hot sauce.
I guess. I don't know fully. I didn't fully read into it, but I feel like a lot of this is just marketing that they do. Like, this has spider venom in it, or like donkey jizz 3,000 degree barbecue sauce.
And yeah.
You know, like they always throw something in there, like they make it like you have to try this, which goes back to the old snake oil thing.
Is it hot sauce with spider venom?
Yes.
Or is it spider venom that gets its spiciness from spider venom?
So that's where I'm not clear. So if it is, my apologies to the scientists that came up with this. We can just, instead of using these ultra cheap peppers that we've been using on every other hot sauce, we can milk little spiders into giving us their venom.
And how do you milk
put
spiders?
it into hot sauce? I just feel like it's marketing 101. I think it's great. Like, it's kind of like when you have a sucker.
They're probably just grounding up spiders and putting them in hot sauce.
Yeah, could be. Who knows?
Then technically there is venom in there.
Right, exactly. But you know, like those little suckers, like if you go get a blow pop, it costs you like, let's say what, 50 cents for a blow pop? 25 cents? If you go get the one with the scorpion that's dead in the middle of it, it costs you like $2.99 at the register at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like a marketing scheme, like, oh, look at this crazy animal that we put into this hot sauce. Just like everything that was marketing when we were kids was like extreme, like this is extreme red stripe deodorant. This red stripe in here will make it so you never sweat again.
Yeah.
Bam Margera. I think it's just really good marketing. And I, as a person who loves hot sauces and wing sauces, I'm going to try it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, what does they put at the bottom of tequila? A worm, you know?
Yeah. Don't eat the worm.
Don't eat the worm.
Oh, God, Coors is terrible after you drink microbrews.
What are you talking about? It's delicious. Oof. You don't taste the Rockies in there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I taste nothing but
I can
Rockies
taste all the minerals and all the the high fructose corn syrup.
It tastes like somebody got their Rockies off into the beer batch is what it tastes like.
It tastes good. I like it. Because it tastes like America. America was built on Coors.
It was.
At least we have a guy next door doing construction. That kind of adds to the Americanness.
He's building the new studio that you guys will see years down the road when we actually have money.
Yeah. He's busy making a meth lab. It's Breaking Bad over there.
Yeah, welcome to living in Oregon.
Yes. Very specific parts of Oregon.
Yes. You'd think the coast would be the prettiest, but that's where all the zombies are.
We don't have ghettos, we have trailer parks. So,
which I'm a product of, so there is that. You can get out of there. There's a couple people that claw their way out.
You made it.
And the only one I know.
Yeah. You're blazing your own trail.
No, I was climbing on the backs of all the other ones.
You're blazing your own path like Hillary Clinton.
That's right.
Except it didn't work out for her.
Maybe we should just call this Trailer Park Perspective, and then Mike correcting me on my Trailer Park Perspective.
You don't know anything about trailer parks.
So what's your thought on them using all these different marketing schemes, like stuff like that? Do you believe it? Do you think it, like you said, do you think it's
I mean, if you're, if you're putting ass in seats, if you're getting money from it, I mean, why not,
I'm just wondering when beer's going to cross over into that. Like, this was filtered through the bladder of a Komodo dragon.
Well, I mean, they kind of have with, what is it they used? Helium for beer, and so when you're drinking it, you got the high-pitched voice. They kind of already did that. You kind of
did they really?
Kind of sound like a chipmunk when you're drinking.
Well, that's cool. They make a lot of those bar chicks that you have to talk to a lot more appealing, too, so they don't sound like this. They'll, like, you want your dick sucked.
But what does it do to a girl that already has that high-pitched sound, It's...
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Does that mean it's like Mariah Carey hitting a high note all the time and fucking birds are exploding?
I think they go to talk and they literally float away. Sometimes you wish that would happen, right? Like, you remember in the cartoons when they would just have the trap door and, like, Mr. Claw and Inspector Gadget's just like, why didn't you... And then they just sink down into the floor.
Exactly.
Fall into the laser shark tank or whatever it is.
Austin Powers, gold member.
If I could have anything in life, that would be the one. Just
Sharks
give
with
me...
lasers?
No, that too, I mean...
Yes.
That comes... It's a whole
Find a
package.
shark with laser.
It's a package
You
thing.
made
though.
it.
Like, they can keep the lasers, but I want the sharks, and I just want the trapdoor thing that when you push the button,
There's
like,
a trap door.
yeah, that way
Well,
when
you need that. You live
they
in the
fall
ghetto.
into the shark
You
tank.
live in
though.
the literal ghetto. You need a trap door.
Just wherever
We can
I
talk
want
about
it to
that.
be, like,
I'm concerned for
under
your
their
child's
feet.
safety. It's the only
Okay.
time I think maybe your child needs to sleep in a cage. That way people can't get to it.
If you want to know what it's like living here, we had a man that was posted today that was trying to talk people's kids into letting them into the house, saying he doesn't have a gun, just let him in the house.
And he's tired and thirsty or something.
Probably.
Yes.
It's probably both those things.
Now, is it the good Christian thing to let him in and have some dinner and because he doesn't have a gun? He said he doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, that is true. And it depends on if you have an electric chair. Because in that case, you probably should.
Yeah. But, I mean, do you take his word for it? You know, he doesn't have a gun. I mean, yeah, he's got
If
only
I'm
one
9,
shoe
I
on.
might. If I'm 9, I might just be like, well, he doesn't have a gun, you know.
If he's missing a shoe and,
Isn't that the funny thing about how much society's changed? It used to be you ride in on horseback to someone's ranch, you're like, you got some chores to do, I gotta get back on my feet, I promise I won't rape your wife and kill your children.
Yeah,
Like,
and more often they
yeah.
probably didn't.
most likely.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened every once in a while.
Yeah,
I don't
or
know.
Maybe they were invited for a weird cowboy intertwining of passion and love.
Can you imagine the sex back then?
Oh my goodness.
We're working all day at the stable. We
Yes.
shower next week, but
Yeah.
unbutton your blouse, Pamela.
Yeah, and Pamela only took a fucking shower in the river once a week.
Yeah, well, they might add a bathtub that if you boiled some water, you could, dip a toe in or two a week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No.
It'd be like open up a fucking coffin.
I know what my bush gets like if my wife doesn't complain about me asking for blowjobs often enough. So I can only imagine what it's like when you didn't have
Wait,
access
so you
to
like a
razors.
fucking Ken doll down there?
Well, I mean, there's some stubble. Like I'm like a rugged Ken doll, you know what I'm saying?
Rugged
Yeah,
Ken
like
doll.
more like a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my dick smoking a cigarette type look to it. But
Yeah. Like the kicker from The Replacements.
It literally, my dick's not that big, so it kind of just looks like just like a lazy dick laying on a beanbag, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's mostly what it looks like.
Yeah, that's just sad and looks back at you like,
Yeah.
what the fuck did you do to me?
I'm like, come on, Blinky, wake up.
Yeah. And it's like, why'd you ruin our 20s?
No kidding. No kidding.
What'd you do to me? We could have been something. Yeah, at least you know it works. You're having kids. So.
That's right. Yeah, at least I don't shoot blanks. Like
But
a lot of you motherfuckers.
And it kind of comes down to like gun laws too, and it's like you want to put restriction on guns. Like one of the proposals in Oregon is that you can only buy 20 bullets a month now. That's gonna go to a vote in the Oregon Supreme Court or the Oregon House, excuse me.
Yeah, there's a lot of not that I want to get too political, but there's a lot of stuff that makes me scratch my head. Like, what do you really think that's going to do? Especially with the amount of ammo that's already out there.
And what about all the people in the backwoods that know how to make their own ammo?
And then the reports coming out of the government, like stockpiling ammo. So, I mean, you guys have all this ammo. The idea with the right to bear arms is that if there ever needs to be a government uprising, you have that ability.
Yeah.
But then they're capping the amount of ammo.
Well, there was that senator or whatever he was that said, they'll just use nukes. So it's not like people stockpiling guns or...
See, I don't know what the answer is, because on the other side of things, especially as a father, when you hear like somebody going to an Ariana Grande concert and someone's blowing it up, or like it's almost like I feel like a sitting duck everywhere I go, where it's like a huge crowd of people.
Yeah,
that
you
are
definitely
locked in
start thinking about things.
Yeah, for sure. And so I don't know what the answer is, but I think most of it lies in catching and understanding like sociopaths and people that can get to that point more so than the actual weapon used.
But some of those people are just easily influenced. I think some people are easily brainwashed, more easily.
They are, and they want to belong. That's what happens with most of it. Is like that bullied kid in school is shooting up the school because he wanted to belong and everyone was mean to him. He couldn't find a place to sit in.
Yeah, there's definitely truth to
that. And I think the same thing with like a lot of people in society, because if you're not a sociopath, to get to the point where you decide that I want to kill a bunch of other people, you have to think that stuff is so not obtainable for you the way it is for everybody else that you can just want to harm people. Like, I don't know if you've ever had those days, I'm sure everybody has, where every time you go out, you're just like, oh, this person can't fucking drive. This person, get out of my fucking way. You don't even know how to shop. Oh my God, old lady, like, just let me around you. You're so slow. So imagine that's your thought process every single day.
Like a middle-aged white woman at the, when she's checking out and they mess up on her order.
Yeah.
Which you probably know about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the...
like hell has no fury like a middle-aged white woman.
Middle-aged white women are the worst.
Oh, my goodness. Like, seriously. If you're a middle-aged white woman right now...
They're not watching. It's fine. This isn't your demographic.
Well, if you are, or you're married to one, or you know one, tell them to calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Also, you don't need exact change for everything.
No.
You don't have to count out, in the bottom of my purse, I have so much change.
That is
what worst. Is it? 37 cents? Let's see. Yeah. 25. Can I get rid of some pennies? 26, 27, 28.
That is the worst, getting stuck behind somebody that's paying in change, exact change.
Yes.
It's like, good grief.
Take it home, put it in a jar, pay for your kids, go to college like a normal person.
I think the only thing that's close is like they're writing out a check and then they mess up and they got to rewrite out the check, and then they'll sit there and take the time to write out everything in their checkbook, like when they balance it.
Yeah. Or better yet, they use a debit card, but they still balance their checking account by writing it down. Yeah. So they put the card in, they go through the whole process, you hand them back their receipt. Now they have to sit there. Okay, so I spent $38.70. Yeah. We're at Safeway. Okay, so it's $4.20.
Yes.
All right. Oh, there's people behind me. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll get out of here now. Thank you. Sorry.
No, I agree. That's the worst. And you have like 2 items, and you're gonna take 5 seconds to freaking check out and get out of there.
I just worked all day. I just want my beer. Can I drink it in line?
Yeah, just give me my 6-pack and let me go home.
Oh, I can't drink it in line? Yeah. Thanks, fucking Anslinger.
Give me my Busch Light and my basic smokes, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. My God.
Good grief,
those
people.
White women.
Another thing, too, I want to ask you. How many times is it appropriate to go to a 7-Eleven in a day? And the reason why I ask that is, speaking of local stories, we have a local story of, it was a guy that was mistaken for somebody who'd been kicked out of the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's right. The owner of this 7-Eleven was like, he owns 2 7-Elevens in our area. And he was apologizing for kicking a person who he thought was a shoplifter out of the store, who it didn't end up being the person who he thought it was.
Now, and then what happened was, of course, he got on Facebook, which all great ideas come from Facebook, and everything gets resolved on Facebook.
That's what I think.
The guy's wife got on Facebook on one of the local chat groups and said that how they were local patrons, and I quote, both her and her husband went to 7-Eleven 3 to 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Who the hell is going to 7-Eleven 3 to 5 times a day, and what are you purchasing 3 to 5 times a day?
Well, my question back to you is, how long do you think these fucking big gulps are going to last, Mike? You got to go refill. All right? And even if you get a Slurpee, once that shit melts off, you got to pour it on the ground.
Brian, what is going on in your life that you're like, I want to go to 7-Eleven 3 to 5 times a week, or a day?
Do you ever have one of their big dogs?
They can't be healthy.
Probably.
You're going to pay more medical expenses than...
When I was 300 pounds, I used to go there and I would get those taquitos, delicious, all right?
Yeah.
It's all sorts of flavors.
But you're talking about one trip. You're not talking about 3 to 5 trips.
That is true. I've always had a job, so going 3 to 5 times anywhere in a day, short of back to work, is been very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine that the person that can go 3 to 5 times a day from 7-Eleven is probably not swiping the same type of card I am. If you get my drift.
Oh yeah, might have to do with a local trail that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha on that.
Which is exactly what the pioneers that blazed the path with all their hard work to come here and make this this great state that it is.
That's why I paid
That's what
taxes,
they
right?
wanted their work of getting over here known for, is the free money that they give out.
Exactly, and that's why I pay taxes. Is
Yes.
for the people that go to 7-Eleven 3 to 5 times a day. I love
That's
it.
exactly why I paid 27% of my paycheck last year to taxes.
Exactly. I mean, I want those guys to get, what was it, the taquitos and the hot dog thingy?
Yeah.
The extra spicy.
And please don't fix any of the roads leading up to going to that 7-Eleven 3 to 5 times a day. Just also, keep taking more and more money and saying it's for that, and then never fixing those same roads.
I literally get hemorrhoids driving to 7-Eleven because of how freaking bumpy it is.
Yeah, I had to buy a Jeep just so that the axles would hold up to me getting to 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like an adventure, though.
It's like a trip over the mountains. Like, don't hit that tweaker. Okay, probably hit that tweaker.
Yeah, and you got to fight off the fucking tweakers going in there.
If you drive through that pothole, you actually end up in China, so don't go through that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a terrible joke. Some 9-year-old's like,
My kid is right now. He's going to be laughing.
Get it, you dig to China. Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, it was okay 10 years ago. Right?
I think.
Something
it's
like
probably racist now.
Everything's racist now.
Yeah.
Us being white is racist.
Well, I know. I feel racist.
Although you're covering yourself up with tattoos, so at least you're embarrassed.
That's right.
At least you know he's embarrassed about his whiteness.
I'm 1/4 Raven.
Yes.
Which is technically not going there.
Does that mean you're Native American?
Yes. Exactly what I was going for.
Okay.
Please give me a casino.
Or at least 1/4 of a casino.
1/4 of a casino. I'm fine with that. I'll just take the slot machine profits. That'll be fine with me.
Just a slot or the entire slot department?
Whatever they'll give me, honestly.
Yeah.
If they're giving me a slot, I'll fill the slot. Get it?
That's a good one.
All
right, what's next?
So, next on the list I want to talk to you about, there was a nursing home brawl. I believe it was in Florida. Might have been Tennessee. I don't know. One of those states at the bottom down there where shit like this goes on. So, they were fighting in a nursery home. I believe it was over a bingo situation.
Yeah.
I don't know the full story. I don't even want to know the full story. I just want to picture it for a second. Just two old ladies going ham on each other.
Yeah.
Just fist
throwing haymakers.
Just
fucking Miyagi.
Oh yeah,
Karate
Ethel?
Kid.
Oh yeah, Ethel.
Like, hold on, let me put my oxygen in.
That's right.
Hold on, let me get my fucking cane.
Furthermore, I think the UFC is missing a bit of a market here.
I do think so.
I know Bellator's dabbled in it a bit, where they bring in the senior citizens to fight each other.
Well, I mean, CrossFit has they have the 42 and up. They have the older guys.
That's what I'm saying. They need like the silver club, the belt silver, the hair silver. They throw 3 punches a fight.
Silverback gorilla.
But I'm saying those 3 punches are going to have a lifetime of angst behind it.
And it's going to be sponsored by Insure.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Or Depends, whichever. I think they should fight in Depends, honestly, in case there's accidents.
Yes.
So, because you don't want to mop up in the middle of a broadcast. This is really ageist of you to even bring this up.
Yeah, because I'm the one that did that.
Well, I didn't pick this story.
I didn't pick this story.
Well,
I want to talk about 7-Eleven.
I'm sure there's old people that fight at 7-Eleven too.
So how many people were involved in this brawl? Was it just 1 or 2?
I tell you, I didn't read past the headline.
Was it just Ethel and Gertie?
I was just like, how does the brawl at a nursing home make the news in the first place? Were the cops going there just okay, we're gonna have to separate you two because obviously bingo night's getting a little hot.
I mean, it is. It does. Have you ever been to a bingo?
I haven't.
I've only been to the local casino.
Picking up chicks, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if they're over 80, you're just doing a good deed.
That
it's
is
not
true. It's
technically
community
cheating.
service. That is community service.
Don't tell my wife.
Or her grandmother.
But you ever see them that are daubers and stuff, and you know what pisses them off the most is when you yell bingo and you don't have a bingo.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's why anytime I walk past the place playing bingo, I just poke my head in a little bit and it's like, hey, bingo! And literally everyone looks around. They don't know who said it for sure. Especially if it's an old place because they look around like.
Meanwhile, somebody got stabbed. You literally just got somebody killed there.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
With a dauber. I don't have cable. What else am I going to do for
with a dauber? Somebody died with a dauber. Those daubers are like gold to them.
That's a good way to go out, I feel like.
Being daubers?
Yeah. Yeah, like if your head's on, like...
You get to the pearly gates.
Daubered.
You get to the pearly gates, and they're like checking you off, and they're like, okay, Ryan Simones, what'd you die of? I was daubered to death.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'd be good with that. I was so spotted, it looked like I had leprosy.
Think of like David Carradine was like, I choked myself to death masturbating in my closet. If you like death by daubers, not bad. If you like,
well, I mean, if you're gonna put it on that scale,
yeah. Well, that's a scale. That's what I mean. That's what Jesus has to deal with, Michael.
Oh my goodness.
That's what the pearly gates are looking at.
Death from asphyxiation.
Exactly.
Asphyxiation.
Like, how did you die, David? You were a huge movie star. Was it like cocaine? No. Was it like too many women? You got AIDS? What was it? No. Oh, you jerked off in the closet with the belt around your neck. All right, David.
Whoops.
Let's go to purgatory for a bit. I'm going to have to think about this.
He's having a tough time in life, Brian.
It's a good thing he knows Chuck Norris. He might not have got into heaven.
Chuck Norris would get anybody into heaven.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not much for Chuck Norris jokes, but you tell him that that person's not getting into heaven. Have you seen Lone Wolf McQuade?
Walker, Texas Ranger?
That didn't sound anything like it, but they whistle a lot in that movie.
Yeah. Can you imagine Walker, Texas Ranger kicking in the pearly gates?
Roundhouse. No,
you will take this guy, Jesus. And he's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, can you imagine taking a kick to the temple in those fucking pokey cowboy boots?
And then Walker, Texas Ranger comes back to Earth. He's got a free